Right now, this morning, a shots fired investigation underway. What we know ahead. And UWL Chancellor Dr. James Beebe joins us for Mindful Monday, reflecting on his first year and what's next for Eagle Nation ahead of this weekend's commencement.
Warmer conditions and ridge of high pressure is building, and that means fire danger in our forecast. More about that in just a moment.
This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning, I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Art Jarrett.
It is Monday, May 12th. We've got the air conditioning on here this morning. I don't know what it's doing out there. All I can think about is the cold in here.
Yeah, it's pretty cold. I have a jacket on.
You've got a jacket on.
I've got a jacket on underneath there. All right, as we get into it, your local forecast here. Hey, it's mild out there right now, believe it or not. In fact, it's in the 50s already out there right now outside. And once we get into it, we've got a ridge that is building. We're going to be keeping most of that heat with us for the next few days, all the way into Thursday, despite having some shower activity that may be moving in and maybe some storms. You're also seeing the fire risk in here. As you can see, the red flag warning that is in play for areas in Minnesota. We're also seeing a fire weather watch in play for La Crosse as well as Eau Claire. You'll see that also getting into the fire danger, critical fire danger up to the north by Rhinelander as well north along I-94. Calm conditions out here, as you see, coming out of the winds. Right now, coming out of the southwest. Eventually, we'll be seeing them out of the south right now. They'll turn to the southwest eventually. We've got the sunshine coming in with 50s all the way in the 70s. It's like we're skipping the 60s. It's pretty funny, man. Getting into warmer conditions in your forecast today. Eau Claire will follow suit as well. When I come back, I'll have a better overview of how your week shapes up with rainfall potential and storm potential in the forecast. Stick around.
Some breaking news from Jackson County this morning. An officer-involved shooting investigation is underway near Black River Falls. Sheriff Dwayne Waldera confirming a suspect fled from a traffic stop early this morning. Taking a live look at the scene here, you see one law enforcement vehicle still on scene. During the pursuit, an officer discharged their weapon, the sheriff says. One person was taken from that scene to the hospital. Their condition is unknown right now. The Wisconsin Department of Criminal Investigation has taken over the case. It all happened near North Sand Prairie Road. We'll bring you more details as they become available. And President Trump starting a major Middle East trip today as questions swirl about a possible gift from Qatar. Meanwhile, the U.S. and China agree to a 90-day trade war pause. CBS's Naomi Ruckham has more for us from New York.
President Donald Trump is facing new criticism as he sets off for the Middle East today. Qatar confirms that it is considering the possible transfer of a luxurious jumbo jet to the president for his temporary use, though it won't happen during his trip because the plane has to be checked for security and spy devices first. The transfer is also subject to legal review, with some congressional Democrats now pushing for an investigation. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer on X calling the plane premium foreign influence with extra legroom. President Trump hit back on social media, describing the plane as a gift, claiming it's a very public and transparent transaction, while calling the Democrats world-class losers. Meanwhile, overnight, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said he'll be in Turkey Thursday, challenging Russian President Vladimir Putin to also show up for ceasefire negotiations. Earlier Sunday on social media, President Trump had expressed doubts that talks would happen, urging both sides to have the meeting now.
We had very robust discussions.
Overnight, a breakthrough in trade talks between U.S. and Chinese officials.
Both sides on the reciprocal tariffs will move their tariffs down 115%.
With the White House announcing both sides have agreed to a reduction of tariffs for at least 90 days as part of their trade negotiations.
And President Trump also announced he'll sign an executive order this morning aiming to lower prescription drug costs. Major developments this morning for the last American hostage in Gaza. Adon Alexander is expected to be freed this week. President Trump confirming that news on social media. He thanked mediators from Qatar and Egypt to help secure the release. It comes amid direct talks between Hamas and the White House, potentially leading to a ceasefire and resumed humanitarian aid. A man at the center of a high-profile legal battle in Wisconsin appears in federal court this week. Authorities say 30-year-old Eduardo Flores Ruiz briefly avoided arrest last month during a Milwaukee County court hearing, allegedly with help from Judge Hannah Dugan. Flores Ruiz now faces federal charges for illegally re-entering the country.
As a result of what was alleged to have occurred in this courtroom, I am going to find that there is a conflict of interest, that conflict would not be waivable by Mr. Ruiz.
Flores Ruiz pleaded not guilty to the federal charge. Judge Dugan faces 2 criminal charges herself and was arrested by ICE agents in a case that drew global attention. Happening today closer to home, an accused killer returns to court after years on the run. 52-year-old Shane Helmbrecht faces rearraignment this afternoon, charged with the 2016 murder of his Eau Claire neighbor. After being found incompetent to stand trial, Helmbrecht escaped from a Toma halfway house, triggering a nationwide manhunt. Authorities finally captured him in Mexico and returned him to Wisconsin. He's now scheduled to appear in Eau Claire County Court at 1:30. A former addiction nonprofit president making his first court appearance on child sex crime charges this morning. 37-year-old Devin Brunson faces 18 felony counts, including sexual assault of a child. Investigators say the former head of Sober Eyes allegedly had sex with a 15-year-old girl multiple times. The organization has cut all ties with Brunson and launched an internal review. He's currently being held on a $50,000 cash bond. 4 people are dead after an apartment fire in Milwaukee. Flames tore through a multi-story apartment building yesterday. 4 people died. 4 others are in critical condition. 30 people were rescued from the burning structure.
That's another problem. We are always working to develop new shelter opportunities so that we can mass shelter people in off-site, especially an 85-unit apartment building.
Investigators are still looking into the cause. The DNR is upgrading fire danger levels for multiple counties. It has upgraded several local counties to very high risk, including Monroe, Jackson, and Eau Claire. The counties on your screen are at the highest alert level. Meanwhile, La Crosse County and surrounding areas remain at high risk. 6 people hospitalized after an accident in the township of Nelson. That happened Saturday around 5 p.m. A vehicle traveling south on Highway 35 failed to yield to oncoming traffic, police say, when she struck a northbound vehicle. An investigation is underway. People over billionaires was the weekend message from local protesters to officials, including Congressman Derek Van Orden. Western Wisconsin residents rallied at Riverside Park Saturday, demanding Van Orden vote against a budget bill that would slash billions from SNAP and Medicaid. Protesters warned the proposed cuts would benefit the wealthy while harming thousands of local families who depend on these programs.
We're asking our legislators to do something very simple, which is put their constituents first instead of the billionaire donors and the billionaire class that's funded their campaigns for years. Right now, they're going to give tax breaks to that 1% instead of giving the needed benefits for community members here in Wisconsin.
The House is expected to vote on the measure this week. A major property acquisition could transform UW Eau Claire's future. Blue Gold Real Estate purchased the former Sacred Heart Hospital, positioning the campus for future growth. The facility, which closed last year, sits adjacent to the university. Officials are expected to announce specific development plans later this year. From prison cells to paychecks, a local program is transforming lives. Project Proven at Western Tech helps former inmates trade their criminal history for a promising future. The program teaches job hunting essentials, preparing participants for success in the workforce. Local businesses like Pizza Ranch are serving up second chances, hiring graduates, and helping break the cycle of reoffending.
If we just give them a chance, they're gonna knock your socks off. I have seen nothing but marvelous things happen.
Tonight at 6, News 8's Emily Brown will take a deeper look into the program. The first American Pope wasting no time addressing global concerns. Within the past hour, Pope Leo XIV held an audience with 6,000 journalists. He touched on the importance of free speech and called for the release of imprisoned journalists. He also tackled the use of AI.
With its immense potential, which nevertheless requires responsibility and discernment in order to ensure that it can be used for the good of all, so that it can benefit all of humanity. This responsibility concerns everyone in proportion to his or her age and role in society.
Leo also delivered his first Sunday blessing to a massive crowd of 100,000 faithful yesterday, during which he called for peace. The time now is 6:08. Still ahead on your morning news. Chinese exports into the U.S. dropping significantly last month. Changes could be coming to SNAP benefits, and a new Postmaster General is announced. And this week ends the student debt repayment pause that started roughly 5 years ago. What this means for you if you still owe on your student loans. And for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. A centuries-old tradition brings good fortune and fierce competition in Hong Kong. The Chuang Chao Bun Festival culminated with climbers racing up a tower of plastic buns at midnight. 12 finalists had just 3 minutes to grab the highest value buns in this 18th century ritual. The festival began when residents believed offering buns to deities would end a devastating plague. Today it continues as a colorful celebration of heritage and hope. They are moving fast. And as you start to wake up this morning, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with the city that held the first North American Video Olympics back in 1982. That is Ottumwa, Iowa. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is just ahead.
Founded on hard work, dedication, respect, and integrity, we at Maxwell White understand the importance of home comfort. Maxwell White strives to provide our customers with a positive experience every time. Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Now, well-qualified buyers can get 0.9% financing for 60 months on this Silverado. That's over $6,600 in average finance savings. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Hello, I'm Christy Halenka, Reading Program Chair at Viterbo University. Viterbo is proud to serve our area communities by providing programs that produce quality educators and leadership in our schools. Viterbo University is once again partnering with News 8 to recognize outstanding classroom teachers in the area. We look forward to working with generations of teachers and change agents for years to come. Do you know a top-notch teacher? Then go online to news8000.com or write to this address.
Fleet Farms Garden Center has discounts on hundreds of plants, flowers, vegetables, fertilizers, and more. Like Farm Fresh Selects 10-inch hanging baskets for $17.99. And large bags of Miracle-Gro all-purpose garden soil for just $7.99. Plus, get a 21-inch full-bore 3-in-1 push mower on sale for only $259.99. When it comes to the great outdoors, let Fleet Farm handle all your patio, lawn, and garden needs at the best prices guaranteed.
This is our home. Family and Children's Center has been supporting families in La Crosse and Winona for over 140 years. As time has gone by, we've expanded our services to include abuse prevention, mental health treatment, and so much more. Visit fcconline.org to see how our nearly 30 programs are strengthening communities throughout western Wisconsin and southeastern Minnesota. Better tomorrows start with us.
We have a very special bond, I think, as a family. Spectrum is the connecting thread to everything we do.
It provides us with reliability, lightning speeds, and allows us to do what we need to do in our lives.
From school to homework to entertainment, Spectrum's the perfect match for me and my family.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
Here at Maxwell White, we know how valuable your time is. From issues with your hot water to slower clogged drains, our team is always on time with friendly service and solutions you can trust. Don't wait. Contact Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
Well, good morning to you as we get into your local forecast again. Plenty of sunshine is going to be in store for us today, going through the 6 o'clock hour all the way into 6 p.m. as well, with temperatures rising from the 50s, skipping the 60s and getting straight to the 70s and 80s, getting into the forecast, believe it or not, for La Crosse. Eau Claire, on the other hand, what's what we're looking at here for you. We'll get into it, the possibility of, again, some 50s and skipping that 70-degree mark, going straight to the 60-degree mark, getting into the 70s and then back into the 80s. And holding on to 86 degrees once we get into your high for the day. We'll also look at the outside. It's absolutely gorgeous out there right now. It's getting drier, though, believe it or not, even since we dispensed of that drought. And we're looking at the possibility of critical fire danger here. We could also see what we have an elevated fire risk here, or a fire weather watch in play for Eau Claire as well as La Crosse. You get into on Alaska, you're looking at conditions to seem quite beautiful out there right now as well. Still a lot of greenery, holding on to 51 degrees outside, and then getting into the afternoon, we're looking at highs today for La Crosse at 85, 87 for Trempealeau, Winona at 86 and 86 in Eau Claire. Down to the south, we're holding on to those middle 80s as well. 87 for Sparta, though, and Black River Falls. Those are some of our warmest spots today. We'll get back into it as we go through today. You're looking at sunny skies with winds coming out of the south and turning to the southwest eventually, and then holding on to increasing clouds for Tuesday with a little bit of light moisture coming in. You can see it coming in off the lake, and then eventually working into our region as we go into the 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock hour, with maybe some showers possibly getting into the ground from Prairie du Chien all the way to La Crosse. We'll get into the highs for tomorrow, holding on to more of those low to middle 80s, possibly in the forecast, maybe even a 79 as you get into walking. That's a look at your forecast. More about your local weather coming up for you in just a moment. We'll show you where that rainfall is going to be in the next few days. Stick around.
In your wallet this morning, the trade war impact hitting home as Chinese exports to America plunge. Shipments from China dropped 21% last month, a direct result of President Trump's massive 145% tariffs, economists say. China retaliated with its own 125% tax on American goods. Relief could be coming soon, both countries agreeing to temporarily ease the tariffs this week. And House Republicans are considering making changes to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP, including new work requirements. The House Ag Committee considering moving the age of work requirements for able-bodied adults from 54 to 64. Another possible change under consideration would require parents of school-age children to work or volunteer 20 hours a week or 80 hours a month. And new leadership at the post office as Trump eyes major changes. David Steiner was just named new Postmaster General, bringing experience from waste management and FedEx. The appointment comes as the president and Elon Musk consider placing the independent agency under commerce control or even privatizing it. The Department of Education is once again trying to collect federal student loans in default. This ends a pandemic-era pause. More than 5 million borrowers are now in default, according to the department. Ivan Rodriguez has more on what options you have as a borrower.
For millions of Americans, the Department of Education's announcement came with immediate confusion.
The amount that I owe is $185,000, and that is years and it's decades of interest.
46-year-old Leslie Gray says the pause on payments during the pandemic was a lifesaver, allowing her to pay off medical debt after overcoming breast cancer in 2017. That's also around the time she put her student loans in forbearance.
I haven't been able to catch up since then.
More than 5 million borrowers are in default, and 4 million additional borrowers are in late-stage delinquency, which occurs after 90 days without payment, according to the Department of Education. Those could tip into default. Natalia Abrams with the nonprofit Student Debt Crisis Center says they've been inundated with calls from borrowers, many of whom aren't even in default.
This is by far the most confusing, challenging time in the student loan system.
Abrams says there are ways to know if you're in default and steps you can take to get out.
StudentAid.gov. That is going to be your North Star as a student loan borrower to see what program you're in, how far in repayment you are. If you are in default, you can look to a loan consolidation, so that restarts your loan, creates a new loan. It kind of halts that default process. Then you can look at default rehabilitation, where you can pay as little as $5 for 9 months.
That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
And away we go with that, my friend, holding on to the possibility of really warm weather again coming into our forecast. We are talking about some 80s, and of course the ridging of high pressure still continues to build, and it is ushering in the possibility of ridging that's going to bring in warmer conditions for our area, as well as critical fire danger. You can see it here with a red flag warning in play here, as well as a fire weather watch in the yellow, as you can see right there in our forecast. We're going to be seeing wind gusts up to possibly 20 25 to about 30 miles per hour, possibly in the forecast. And we'll also see as we get into it, you get into temperatures rising into the mid to upper 80s in the forecast for us today under mostly sunny skies. We'll have some more clouds coming through the areas. You can see them kind of sweeping in, eventually working into the region here and lifting up to the north, getting into sunshine. We get into later on tonight, you get into some clouds coming in from the southeast, and that'll continue to work its way across the region all the way towards the northwest. And as it does, well, we're having rainfall potential come along with it as well, kind of whipping right back around, back over to areas in our region from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock with light rainfall showers in the process of that happening. It doesn't look like a lot, but it's still a 30% chance, so it could happen and bring in a light sprinkle or so going into your afternoon with a light shower to into your evening commute and finishing out for the remainder of the night with drier conditions. We get into Wednesday, though. You're taking a look here. We're having some showers already in the area, and then eventually picking up greater showers coming in as you go, even despite having winds coming out of the south east, and then continuing to wrap that moisture around and bringing in some light rainfall in the forecast. A shower activity, maybe even a storm or two could possibly move in the forecast. We could see that Thursday could be, if that storm activity continues to track a little bit more to the east in our region, that would put us in more dangerous weather conditions and potential for severe weather. You can see some of that coming back again, mostly along I-90 and then working its way up farther north of I-90 with storm potential. You can see it was flashing from time to time in there. That continues to track out of the way as we go into Saturday, which is more drier. We're looking at a 10% chance or less in the forecast for Saturday, doing the same for Sunday. Then we come back into Monday with potential, Monday night I should say, with potential for more thunderstorm activity. That's going to carry all the way into Tuesday as well. That will continue on and possibly extending into Wednesday. Your highs for Tuesday holding on to those low to middle 80s in the forecast. Yeah, there's some upper 70s in there as well. Wednesday we're doing fairly similar as well, looking at the low 80s all the way up to at least the middle 80s in the forecast. Thursday, still despite the rainfall, we were looking at low to middle 80s again, and then carrying over into the next few days with above seasonal average temperatures. Thunderstorm potential going into Thursday and Friday, a break on Saturday and Sunday. Then we get into Monday. Monday has more rainfall potential and maybe some storms coming into the evening hours. Overnight going into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week with more showers and storms possible. Alexandra?
Thank you, Art. Coming up for us, the CDC estimates roughly 800,000 Americans suffer from stroke each year. Coming up, we'll take a look at new AI-powered programs that could help save more lives.
Coming up in sports, the Brewers look to snap a 3-game losing streak while the Twins were going for their 8th straight win. That and more coming up in the Morning Blitz.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Señor Villa. At Señor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Señor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Señor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
The results are in for the 2025 Best of La Crosse County. Head to bestoflacrossecounty.com to see the winners in every category. Here's one of the many businesses that won this year.
Presented by River Valley Remodelers.
Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up, shut up. Pivot!
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment.
Pivot in the summer, called TNT.
Pivot! Shut up.
May is Better Hearing Month. Come in for your free, no obligation hearing exam at the Better Hearing Center. It's always easier to get help sooner rather than later. You adapt easier when you're younger.
I think some of the big things people will say is, why did I wait so long? It was easy and I'm really enjoying the things that I used to again. The family's happier, and they're enjoying their life again. May is Better Hearing Month, so come in for your free hearing screening at Better Hearing Center.
It's always been there, his love of the outdoors. Some days, you wonder if it might be his calling. Truth is, you know that the things he's passionate about today will build the foundation of what he does tomorrow and possibly inspire a new journey. All he needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities. Unlimited opportunity.
Former inmates finding new beginnings. Tonight at 6, see how Project Proven and a lacrosse business are turning second chances into success stories. Don't miss this inspiring story. Tonight at 6 p.m. News 8 Now Sports.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz. The roller coaster of a season continues for Milwaukee. They won 3 in a row earlier this week, but after getting walked off on Saturday, that made 3 straight losses. 2 games below 500, but a chance at a win on Sunday. Let's go to Tampa Bay. Chad Patrick on the mound for Milwaukee, but in some trouble in the first. Man on third and Jonathan Aran. Lines went through to left field. That plates a run. Rays take an early lead. 4th inning, same score, and Christian Yelich is going to take a trip around the bases, sporting the pink bat for Mother's Day, and it must have been good luck. We're tied up. Very next batter, and William Contreras gets all of this pitch deep to right field, and that is gone. Milwaukee goes back-to-back. They take a 2-1 lead. 5th inning, now tied at 2, but with runners at the corners, Caleb Durbin puts the ball in play, going to be thrown out at first, but a run comes in to score. It's now 3-2 Milwaukee. Then in the 8th, Brewers looking for some insurance, and they're going to get some in the form of Rhys Hoskins. He singles into left. Yelich comes in to score as Milwaukee gets back on track with a win, 4-2. The Minnesota Twins were going for their 8th straight win, hosting the San Francisco Giants. Down 3 in the 4, but here comes Minnesota. Man on first, and Brooks Lee sends this pitch deep, clears the fence for a 2-run shot. Twins trail 3-2. Then in the 6th, now 4-3, but with the bases loaded, Royce Lewis goes right back up the middle. Lee comes in to score, and this game is tied at 4. Later in the inning, bases still loaded, and Harrison Bader, short chopper to third. That's going to bring in another run. Minnesota goes in front, but this game would go to extra innings. Giants would take the lead, but Ryan Jeffers, hard hit ball to third. That scores a run to tie the game. Then later in the inning, Deshaun Kiersey Jr. is going to walk it off. Twins make it 8 in a row, 7-6 the final. And we've got a world champ powerlifter, Whitehall's own Daytona Hensley, competing at the IDFPA Student and University World Championships in Massachusetts. Hensley's 3 lift total would add up to 395 kilograms as she would take first place in her division. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Get up to 60% off list prices.
At the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Like a modern chaise with storage that's also a sleeper. Relax and recline for just $495. Get a Sealy Queen mattress starting at $299.
Do not miss this one.
Ah, it's deer season.
Already? Nice knowing you. We gotta hide.
No, not that deer season. Deer season. It's that time of year when you can get $3,000 off at an authorized John Deere dealer.
A deer season that saves bucks?
That's right.
It's deer season, now through June 2nd.
Visit Tractor Central today to find out why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
It's a John Deere day.
I have been working at Firefighters Credit Union for over 20 years and been in the mortgage business for 30 years. We get a lot of people that like to shop around, and I encourage people to shop around for mortgages. And the one thing that you hear over and over is that we're for real. What they hear on the commercials is what they see when they come and see any of our employees. All these things together are what make Firefighters Credit Union the team you can trust.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like $50 off all Aaron's walk-behind mowers or new Husqvarna riding mowers powered by Briggs & Stratton engines. Plus, as a family-owned business, we offer the Blaine's Best Price Promise, guaranteeing you'll always find the lowest price with us or we'll match it. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
I'm Mike Rowe, and this is the most honest commercial you're going to see all week.
Today, we're waterproofing a basement.
How long do you think this problem has been a problem?
Well, actually, the homeowner told us that she's lived here for 42 years, and when they first moved in, they had water issues.
Yeah.
That is like your telltale sign of like, hey, I'm having an issue, and that's when people should call.
Get a free and honest inspection with Innovative Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
Garden season is here, and Stockman's is ready for you. From vegetable plants and hanging baskets to vibrant flowers, mulch, and soil, we have everything to get your garden growing. Don't miss the fresh shipment of top quality trees. Get yours before they're gone. While you're here, check out the selection of Husqvarna lawnmowers, metal art, statues, gas and charcoal grills, seed potatoes, onions, grass seed, and so much more. Stop by Stockman's of Osceola, your one-stop shop for everything outdoors, and we'll be looking for you.
All new Sealy Posturepedic now at Slumberland. Get a Sealy Queen mattress for $299. Save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Plus, get 60-month financing on Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster. The Memorial Sale at Slumberland.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. In your morning medical news, according to a new study, the smoke from climate-fueled wildfires contributed to thousands of deaths in this country over 15 years. Between 2006 and 2020, wildfires driven by climate change caused about 15,000 deaths and $160 billion in health damages, with the worst impacts in Oregon and California. May is National Stroke Awareness Month. A California student has created an artificial startup to help people detect strokes and other medical emergencies. Kevin Coe reports.
For Ashmita Kumar, college has been about discovering the world and herself.
This is the product of 2 years of really working at it and becoming, a representative of my vision and my idea.
That idea started with her dad, who told Kumar about her grandfather's history of strokes.
I grew up knowing that strokes were a very dangerous part of my family history. But in 2021, when half my dad's face started drooping, he didn't go to the hospital either.
Her dad was okay, but Kumar was shaken up. The health scare happened while she was studying electrical engineering and computer science at Berkeley. She wondered, how could she help her dad, living in Southern California, if he were to show symptoms of stroke again?
It occurred to us, we could use our skills as programmers to actually solve that problem.
That's how she and her friend Erica thought of and created Code Blue AI. Cameras and microphones would detect signs of stroke, calling 911 when needed. This shows how it would be used in a Zoom call with a doctor.
The idea is that people who are very high risk for stroke should be able to access this through their suite of devices.
Code Blue AI would analyze speech and facial images every 30 seconds, monitoring for slurring or drooping. Patients do opt in, but they could be opening up privacy concerns they never thought about. According to Brandy Noneke, the founding director of the Citrus Policy Lab.
I think it's great as long as people are opting in and they know what data is being collected, stored, and how it's used.
In response to data privacy concerns, Kumar says the data is deleted as soon as the analysis is done.
Our goal is just to make sure you're okay, right? Because we know what it's like.
Code Blue is being tested in a 20-patient study at UCSF.
After more studies with more patients are complete, Kumar hopes it'll be ready by next summer. And people lacing up their tennis shoes for a good cause Saturday, the 3rd annual La Crosse Area Parkinson's Walk. The event aimed to raise awareness of the disease and support for those in our community dealing with it.
Parkinson's disease doesn't have a cure, but there's a ton of research being done, and it's really important to bring awareness to that and also raise money for exercise programs and support groups here in the area that can support individuals with Parkinson's.
The event also had exercise demonstrations. And hundreds of volunteers turned out for the 32nd annual River Cleanup in La Crosse. Crews launched from sites like 7th Street Landing, working together to clear trash and debris from local waterways. Since 1993, the event has removed nearly 1 million pounds of waste, including thousands of tires and barrels from the river.
Kind of comes together as a community and helps to, clean our river here, and which is such a big part of the community, so it's really important and a good thing that we can all do together.
Saturday's event has become one of the largest volunteer cleanup efforts in the entire Midwest. Families across the Coulee region treated Mom to a special celebration on Mother's Day. The Charmant Hotel served up a Mother's Day feast featuring prime rib, eggs Benedict, and shrimp cocktail. Tables filled with grateful families coming together to honor the special women in their lives.
This is my first Mother's Day, so it's very special. I would say my favorite part is just being able to spend time with my little one who made me a mom and my husband.
The brunch also had a wide array of desserts, and moms who prefer crafts over brunch found something special downtown. 2 Fathoms Brewing hosted its first ever Mother's Day Makers Market. 12 local vendors filled the space, offering everything from handcrafted artwork to fresh baked treats. The event gave families a chance to grab last-minute gifts while enjoying a craft beer together.
Small business for sure. Getting out and about and having some fun things to do with your mom and the rest of the family.
Organizers say they hope to continue hosting the market in the future. Hundreds of students and families filled the La Crosse Center Saturday as Viterbo University held its spring commencement. More than 400 graduates received their degrees, with university leaders and guest speakers honoring their achievements. The ceremony also recognized retiring faculty and included a special pinning for nursing graduates. Some businesses leave a mark. This one carves it in stone. In this week's eyepiece, we take a look at how one group of friends is working together to grow their rock-solid business. News 8 photojournalist John Hayes has the story.
At least for me and my family, you know, every time I tell them I'm going to start a new business, they just kind of shake their head at first, and they can't believe I'm going to do another one. But you know, I think we've got some real potential with this business, and it was definitely something a little different. Me and my business partners all have, like I said, a little more of a blue-collar background. Things that we're working with our hands, working with customers on a daily basis in more of a business-to-consumer setting.
A lot of the people we talk to who kind of start with the idea of like, here's what I'm thinking, and then Buck's really good at bringing that idea to a proof, and then all of us together really can bring that proof to real life on a boulder.
As far as the process of it, I mean, yeah, we make everything in-house here. Once the stone is made, we sandblast the logo into the rock. We paint everything on there ourselves by hand. And out comes a really nice looking boulder.
It really doesn't even feel like work when you get to work with some of your really good friends that you grew up with. So it's, I mean, we're very fortunate to have that opportunity to do that together.
I think with this business is working with my buddies. I mean, it's other businesses I've owned on my own, and other ones I've met through people just through a more business relationship. But this is one with guys that I graduated high school with, and we do it in our hometown here in Holmen. And if you can just you know, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey every day, and you're going to have ups and downs. That's just part of business, part of life.
Colin says he hopes to keep the business growing in the future. Now we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got a look at our morning commute.
All right, good morning to you. Southwest winds, or at least southeast winds right now happening for us. Eventually, as we go through the next few hours, you'll see those winds go from the south-southeast to the south, and eventually they'll pick up again and become a little bit on the breezier side. Plenty of sunshine for everybody today. As you go from La Crosse over to Eau Claire, you're looking at some 80s for our forecast today. Eau Claire holding on to at least the southeasterly winds as well. Southerly winds come back again, and you're holding on to some 80s for your forecast. Not much shaking out there right now as far as the winds are concerned, but they're slowly but surely beginning to stir up just a tad. So all that sunshine out there looks pretty nice as well. Doing over in Eau Claire and on Alaska as well, it looks pretty good for you there too. We will all start to feel a little bit on the hotter side though as the upper atmosphere continues to warm up. You get highs getting into the upper 80s possibly today, all the way down to the middle 80s in the forecast, maybe even Medford showing about 82 degrees today. That tracks from north to south through the area. As we go through the day, mostly sunny skies, possibly with a few high clouds drifting by. Then once we get into the overnight hours, at 10 o'clock you can see, and then beyond, you've got mostly some clouds kind of popping in. We're looking at possibly partly cloudy skies coming in the forecast with maybe a few showers coming in around the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock hour before they begin to break down. And then eventually you're going to be seeing the possibility of highs for Tuesday, looking at low to middle 80s back in your forecast. So get out and enjoy it. Have a wonderful day. Maybe a few showers popping by in the latter portion of the afternoon.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Kinsley is turning 8. She loves to play soccer, basketball, and spend time with her friends and sisters.
And Honey is also turning 8. She loves school, cooking, and playing with her little brother, Connor.
All right, how about Tanner? He's turning 8 months, and he loves to crawl and spend time with his brother as well.
And Avery's turning 8. She loves playing sports, being creative, and spending time with her older sister.
How about Leroy's turning 8 months? He loves animals and loves to laugh and enjoys spending time with his uncle.
He loves the rodeo, too, it appears. If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
Coming up, UWL's top leader, Dr. James Beebe, sits down with us. From campus safety to graduation plans, we're covering it all on Mindful Monday.
What will you find at Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique? Everything you need and more. See our selection of Polish pottery, cookware, olive oils and vinegar, and our gadget wall. Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique, located inside Wesco and Sparta. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Are you ready to build your future? Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor is hiring and wants you to apply. The starting wage for laborers is up to $21 per hour with no experience necessary. We will train the right candidate. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
Sunken or uneven concrete only worsens with time due to changing seasons, stress on the slab, or poorly compacted soil. Thankfully, American Waterworks offers proven, warranted solutions. Typically less expensive than full replacement and more efficient and lightweight than mud jacking, our methods are designed to last. After all, your sunken concrete won't get better with time, but it will with our modern solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together. Big days or any other day. So much. From hot and juicy to ooey gooey to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes today
a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The camper. It has been a reliable companion for your family's good times. But after years of use, it is showing some wear and tear. A broken window from an errant baseball, a couch that your dog allegedly chewed on, and an AC unit that doesn't work like it should. It's time to call Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. We have been improving your family's camper since 1970. Call us today and we will make your camper feel brand new. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
Welcome to Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique. Whether you're a gourmet cook or an aspiring foodie, we have something for your style and taste. See our selection of gourmet cookware, bakeware, and appliances. Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique. Stop in today and tell them Peyton sent you.
Well, good morning to you. Once again, we have temperatures rising all the way into the 80s. Get out and enjoy it if you can. Don't forget to hydrate, please, because we're going to be in drier conditions as the atmosphere is warming up, and our conditions are going to be critical for fire danger as well out there. So please be careful. No unnecessary lighting of fires of any sort because it is critically dangerous with the breezing, gusty winds and the dry conditions. It's like a tinderbox right now. Holding on as we go into Tuesday, we've got the rainfall potential coming in the area. You'll see that sneaking in right about there. There it comes in right there around the 6 o'clock hour in the morning, possibly bringing in some rainfall and showers as we go right into the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock time slot. And that continues to track right into La Crosse and then kind of edges out going back over the river, and we're done. We'll find ourselves getting into more rainfall, possibly coming back again for Wednesday. Some of that's going to come into the earlier afternoon possibilities and come back again as we roll right into Thursday with heavier bouts of rainfall popping into the picture. We you go from light to moderate to thunderstorm activity in a matter of moments going into the 4 o'clock hour. That continues to swirl up to the north as that area of low pressure you see right there continues to track northward to International Falls and continues to bring a little bit of that moisture back around to La Crosse and swirl it back up to the north again with more thunderstorm potential in the forecast area. We'll go into Saturday with drier conditions. You may have a 10% chance at best as that rolls around, kind of moves in, comes back again for the evening hours with a slight chance of that trying to hit the ground. We're much cooler then. We're back in the 60s by this time. And we're also going to find ourselves getting into Sunday with drier conditions as well, leading into Monday with potential for showers and thunderstorm activity coming into the 9 o'clock hour, as you can see. And that's in the PM, continuing on all the way into Monday night with more showers and thunderstorm activity leaning into Tuesday and a Wednesday. Speaking of Tuesday, we have again for this week, we're looking at mostly low to middle 80s in the forecast again, some upper 70s kind of sprinkled in that. We'll also see by Wednesday we're holding on to some 80s back again, more widespread for the low to middle 80s in the forecast. Once we get into Thursday, thunderstorm activity comes in, but we have partly cloudy skies giving way to possibly, again, temperatures in the upper 70s to the low to middle 80s in the forecast. And then that gets out of the way. Temperatures begin to drop or subside a bit. By Friday, we're looking at 68-degree temperatures with, again, thunderstorm potential in the forecast. A break for Saturday into Sunday with milder conditions and more rainfall coming in to begin the beginning of next week with thunderstorm activity as well as a possibility. Back to you.
It is Mindful Monday, and today we are sitting down with UW-La Crosse Chancellor Dr. James Beebe, marking 1 year since he stepped into the role. From major campus projects to student well-being and safety, Chancellor Beebe reflects on year one and shares what's ahead. He is here now for Mindful Monday. Good morning, Dr. Beebe. Thank you for being here.
Good morning, Alexandra. It's lovely to be here. It's a wonderful day. It's quite quiet out at the moment, so that's wonderful.
Yes, we're loving it. It is lovely out here. So let's start with your milestone. Sure. 1 year in. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How have things been going, and how do you feel about being in La Crosse?
Well, I love being in La Crosse. La Crosse is a great community. People have been so welcoming and just so supportive. So the year's gone by really quickly. It's just flown by. And that's because we're doing amazing things on our campus and connecting with the community. So I just say it's been a great year. I've learned a lot, but people have been very welcoming. And that's the most important thing, is that, you know, we have a wonderful institution, a wonderful university, and we're in a wonderful community. And just celebrating that, how can we partner, is just really important to me and important to my colleagues. So it's been a wonderful first year.
Yeah, it's a very welcoming community. I agree. And so Prairie Springs Science Center, we report a lot on that. We hear a lot about it. It has been described as a top capital priority, not just for UWL, but for the whole system. Tell us why that investment is so important.
Well, it's really critical, Alexandra. So basically, the building itself is important because we need the upgraded facilities so that our students can get the access to really high quality education in terms of the way they have their classrooms, the things they learn in those classrooms. It's really important for that. So the building itself is important. We know it's going to attract students. We know it helps with our retention efforts. So in terms of the building itself, it's important. But the other thing that's really important about it is, what does it produce? It produces excellent students that are going to go out and be leaders in their community and meet the workforce needs of Wisconsin.
So another top concern is obviously campus and student safety. 2 UWL students are facing serious sexual assault allegations stemming from incidents earlier this year, both involving campus housing. So concerns, obviously, parents, students, the community. What is UWL doing so that students feel and are safe on campus?
Well, that's an important question. So the first and foremost I have to say is we take the safety of our students extremely seriously. I take it seriously. That's my #1 priority, is to keep our students safe and have a wonderful experience on campus. So we make sure that we are responding to any needs. We make sure that we are training all of our folks on campus and our students. So for example, there's required training that happens when students start on our campus and throughout the year. So one example is responsible alcohol use. How to be careful, make sure you make some good decisions.
So another big national conversation about education, of course, budget and budget cuts, even efforts to dismantle the Department of Education. What would you say to lawmakers about why public education is so important? I mean, you see this every day firsthand. Why does public education and funding matter?
Well, it really does matter. So think about this. Our university is a public university for the public good. So we are here to serve the needs of the state. We are here to make sure that we give students the highest quality education possible so they're prepared for careers, future careers, and opportunities throughout the rest of their life. So we know that higher education provides access to social mobility, economic advancement, better health, and many other great outcomes.
And then speaking of the students, you are about to preside over your
Yes.
first spring commencement on Saturday. What message are you hoping to share with the
Well,
students?
commencement's a wonderful, it's just an amazing event. It's a gathering of family and friends to celebrate student success. And to see every student walk across that stage, it's really amazing. I remember when I walked across that stage.
Yeah.
I mean, a long time ago now, but you know, it's just a transformative moment. It's a fantastic moment. So what I'm going to share with them is this. Congratulations on a job well done, of studying hard and being successful. I want to wish them well in the next chapter of their lives and remind them that UWL is always their home. They can come back whenever they want to. They can come and visit. And we get lots of alums that come back all the time to visit with us. And to wish them well on their career, wish them well on their next path of their journey, and to really enjoy the opportunities that are ahead of them, and to celebrate. That's what I'll say to them.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Beebe, for being here for this Mindful Monday discussion. We appreciate your time.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me, and thank you, and I look forward to talking to you again.
Yeah, we hope to see you again.
Take care.
Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Coming up on CBS Mornings, Monday means Big News America, and David has an exclusive on this Monday with the son of former vice presidential candidate Tim Walz. Gus Walz went global after that heartfelt moment at last year's Democratic National Convention, and now he's speaking publicly for the first time. Plus, we'll take a look at a key new study that compares the effectiveness of popular weight loss drugs. Dr. Celine Gounder will come on by to break it down, all the results, and share what you need to know. Also, we're very excited to have Tony nominee Nicole Scherzinger in studio. She is wowing audiences with the Broadway revival of Sunset Boulevard. All that and more at 7.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
The Driftless region is a thriving community where tradition and innovation shine. And Culligan has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like iron, sulfur, PFAS, and manganese. Culligan, water you love since 1936.
Hey, Nick. Want your usual?
Yeah, please.
How's your day going?
Well, pretty good. Air conditioning went out at the house, and I got some guys coming over to fix it.
Nothing that G&T can't take your mind off of, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. I can always depend on G&T to put my mind at ease.
Especially when I make them, eh?
Well, I'm talking about G&T heating and air conditioning. They have never let me down.
Call G&T for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
Maybe I should switch to G&T.
At Sealands Carpetland, your family comes first. We're more than just a flooring store. We're your partners in creating a home that lasts a lifetime. Discover a world of comfort and durability with our huge selection. Whether it's cozy carpeting for your living room, timeless hardwood for a classic touch, or versatile tiles that stand up to the hustle and bustle of family life. Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley. Our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
You can really taste the hickory on this Arby's 6-hour smoked pulled pork.
You know, I always thought your best quality was your flavor palette.
Well, you know, people think I'm funny, too.
Nah, it's your palate.
Arby's, we have the meat.
Did you realize 90% of roofs are replaced before they need to be? With roof costs doubling in the past 5 years, there is a better solution. What if I told you there's a way to extend the life of your roof while also providing extra protection against hail, UV rays, high winds, water, and granule loss? Go Nano is a roof treatment that uses nanotechnology to extend the life of your roof 5 to 15 additional years and is 80 to 90% less expensive than replacing your roof. Contact Clear Choice today for your free roof evaluation or to learn more.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Former inmates finding new beginnings. Tonight at 6, see how Project Proven and a lacrosse business are turning second chances into success stories. Don't miss this inspiring story. Tonight at 6 p.m. It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without. Bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle.
Call Hupy and Abraham. They really do mean business.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today.
Welcome back at 6:53. Time for your morning news now. Some breaking news out of Jackson County. An officer-involved shooting investigation is underway near Black River Falls. Taking a live look at the scene right now, you see several law enforcement vehicles here. Sheriff Dwayne Waldera confirming a suspect fled from a traffic stop early this morning. During the pursuit, he says an officer discharged their weapon. One person was taken from the scene to the hospital. Their condition is still unknown. The Wisconsin Department of Criminal Investigation has now taken over. This all happened near North Sand Prairie Road. The U.S. and China, meanwhile, say they will temporarily reduce the tariffs they added to one another's imports starting Wednesday. In a joint statement, they say they'll each cut them by 115 percentage points for 90 days. They also said they're committed to ongoing trade talks.
We have right now no ships leaving China for the West Coast. That's the first time we've seen that since the COVID pandemic. We are hearing retailers talk about empty store shelves within weeks.
However, experts also warn the final negotiations could take months or even years. Hamas says Zidan Alexander, the last living American hostage in Gaza, will be released as part of efforts to establish a ceasefire. Alexander is an Israeli-American soldier who was abducted from his base during the October 7th Hamas-led attack. It's unclear when the release will actually happen. A major property acquisition could transform UW-Eau Claire's future. Blue Gold Real Estate purchased the former Sacred Heart Hospital, positioning the campus for future growth. The facility, which closed last year, sits adjacent to the university. Officials are expected to announce specific development plans later this year. From prison cells to paychecks, a local program is transforming lives. Project Proven at Western Tech helps former inmates trade their criminal history for a promising future. The program teaches job hunting essentials to prepare participants for success in the workforce.
If we just give them a chance, they're gonna knock your socks off. I have seen nothing but marvelous things happen.
Tonight at 6, News 8's Emily Brown will take a closer look at the program. At the Vatican, Leo XIV said his first Sunday blessing in St. Peter's Square. During that blessing, the American-born pontiff called for an end to war, notably a just and lasting peace in Ukraine and an immediate ceasefire in Gaza.
All right, high pressure continues to build. That means a warmer atmosphere, and that means warmer temperatures in our forecast. We also have the possibility of rainfall coming back again with a few chances coming in for Tuesday, but Wednesday it looks to be a little bit more. Will it continue though with that, with Thursday bringing in thunderstorm activity in the forecast, possibly into Friday as well. We'll go into the next few days to follow, getting into the weekend with drier conditions on board. Then once we get into Monday of next week, we're talking more showers and storms leading into midweek of next week.
All right, well, a popular restaurant chain in Chicago is naming a new dish after its native son and new pope, Leo XIV. Portillo's new sandwich, aptly named the Leo, will feature seasoned Italian beef, gravy, and what the owners say will be a trinity of peppers, sweet, hot, or a combo. They told People magazine their new sandwich will be sacred, flavorful, and made in honor of a moment that is historic for Portillo's hometown. The sandwich will be only available for a limited time. They're having a lot of fun in Chicago with all the Pope madness, aren't they?
Right,
It looks pretty good.
It looks delicious.
Delicious, yeah.
And sacrilegious as well.
Exactly. Delicious and sacrilegious. Put that in your next campaign.
There you go.
Well, thank you for starting your morning with us. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your Monday.